Welcome learners. Welcome to the last video of the language of research. In this video, we'll discuss about two research fallacies. Now before we talk about research fallacy, let's understand what fallacy is. A fallacy is an error, especially an error in reasoning, which is based on some mistaken assumptions. So because your assumptions are incorrect, so whatever reasoning you will try to build out of that mistaken assumption will not lead you to draw valid inferences or right conclusion. So yes, you have committed an error. So that error is known as fallacy. In research, there could be many types of fallacies, but these two fallacies are of particular importance, and especially we are talking about the language of research. So ecological fallacy and the exception fallacy. So when you try to make any inference, because you have seen some group data, and whatever is true for a group is equally true for an individual. So making conclusion about an individual based only on analysis of group data. So if that is the way, because someone belongs to a group and you have identified that group with particular skill set or attribute, so you tend to assign the same level of or the same kind of property to the individual also. Let's say you happen to be in a class of which scores let's say highest in terms of average score in the state. So all the class score is high, so you tend to think that all the students studying in this class are actually exceptionally good at mathematics, or they are geeks or mathwits. So there happen to be, what happens that you are carrying such kind of impression about that performance, the performance, and now you have an impression. You happen to meet some student, let's say Mr. X, belonging to the same class, and by default you will say this Mr. X is going to be a math geek or a math whiz. So because he belongs to that particular class, so unlike maybe whatever inference you are driving could be true, but it also you could not rule out this possibility that Mr. X could be the one student in the class who is not even average, who is always scores below average on mathematics. It's just that by chance he is in that class. So whatever inference you are trying to make about X is actually erroneous, and it is not leading you to draw right inferences. So what is happening? It is ecological fallacy. So based on ecology or a group, you are deriving trying to say something about the individual. So you have committed an error, ecological fallacy. Now the opposite of ecological fallacy is exception fallacy. This is a reverse of ecological fallacy, and where you actually reach group conclusion based on some exceptional cases, or let's say some individual cases. So normally it happens like running stereotypes. So you might have seen that you see a woman driving car poorly, so you tend to make conclusion like all women make more driving errors. Yes, you have seen maybe one or two, and you have tried to associate the same characteristics with all the women. So you tend, this is something called exception fallacy. So from individual to group, you tend to make some assumption. So what is true for this individual is also true for the group at large. So this is an example of exception fallacy. So two research fallacies. Research fallacies can weaken the quality of our research work, and it is important for a researcher to familiarize themselves with all the ways they could go wrong. So in what many ways the researcher could go wrong, they should do this exercise, right? So that is all in this video, and if you have, we would love to hear from you how well you are finding these lessons. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe, and thank you very much. Keep watching.